Hi, it's James Harrison. I just want to talk one thing really quick about shuffles. My opinion in the jazz blues shuffles, especially the older ones, these shuffles are more prominent in the hands, and the feet are just grounding it out with either quarter notes or sometimes a little double kick in there. You never know. Most of the time, hi-hats on 2 and 4 could be all 4. As you get more into the fusion type stuff, you start seeing the shuffle, instead of just the hands, coming into the feet as well. In fact, sometimes they do all of it. They shuffle all of that together. And there's rock that does that and stuff too. And when you get more into the rock and the country, you start to see the shuffling moving down lower to the bottom end of the kit instead of just the high end. And oftentimes it's driven with a quarter note or a jazz ride instead of just a hard shuffle. When I say hard shuffle, I'm talking about difficult. I'm talking about shuffling the first and third note of every triplet. And you'll start to see more backbeat here and more shuffling happening on the bottom end of the kit. Country, sometimes it's a little more of a halftime do, do, instead of do, 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 do. And backbeats with cross sticks or whatever. Fusion kind of blended all that. And then when you get more into the heavier, harder rock, what you're going to notice is it's very quarter note driven on the top and shuffling on the foot. Oftentimes, every note of the first and third triplet, sometimes it leaves off the backbeat. And then you'll see sometimes the backbeat being slammed out with sometimes ghost notes put in the middle on certain beats, but not necessarily every beat. So in my opinion, on a gauge, if this is the top of the gauge, the shuffling's more important up here in the hands. As you get into the heavier music, it starts to blend. You get down here and the shuffling moves toward the bottom of the kit. That's just my opinion. You can argue with me if you want and whatnot, because there's always examples that are going to prove me wrong. But I'm saying in general, rock shuffles go from the bottom up. Jazz and blues shuffles go from the top down. There's my opinion.